I think it's important that I do understand the narrative that Christianity is based on the thing is I see an extreme incongruence with the narrative from Constantine, from the Roman Catholic Church, from those who are seeking fame and fortune and saying that this is Christianity. I also see incongruence in fought wars that are fought in the name of Jesus Christ and all these things, because this isn't the message that Christ would be disappointed in the people who act in his name.
Your Christ, the Christ that you want Christ to be, would be
in the historical evidence Christ.
Okay, now let's talk about historical evidence.
Right. Is this your field of expertise?
No. I'm a retired science teacher. I have friends who were history teachers, talked about stuff. And I know that good historicity is obtained when multiple independent corroborating sources tell the same tale. We don't have that. The Bible is a single edited book. I know you're going to say that there's multiple contributors to it, but that doesn't get you very far, because the contributions all are conflicting. I mean, if you've only got to look at Genesis 1 and compare it with Genesis 2 to get the first of the conflicts, and they are very unscientific, both of them. Or you can look at the Gospels, and you can look at Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and they're reasonably close together. But John is out on a limb, because did these people even exist? Because the Gospels are described as not having been authored by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, but being according to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which indicates that they've been passed down orally for generations before committed to the final edited version. And if we want to talk about the business aspect, the commercial opportunity that's offered by Christianity, well, it's still working today. Look at what's his name, Joel
Osteen.
Yeah. So, there's your motive, there's your justification. And back then, even in sandals and a sarong, it would have still been an effective and quite an easy lifestyle. While the rest of the people were out there digging the ground or making the buildings, all you had to do was swan around and tell a nice story.
I can appreciate why you see it that way, because there's a lot of evidence in the world today that under the name of Christianity and under the name of Jesus Christ. But if you were to read and study the teachings of Christ and what he laid out, I think you would see a different story actually laid out in his teachings.
Well, I'm going to tell you now that for the last 2 years, I've been having interviews with many different people, scientists, Christians, Muslims, gay people, you name it. I've got a channel, a YouTube channel, and that particular show, which is an interview or chat show, and I now have a co-host, a fine lady who's based in South Africa. That particular show on the Free Thought channel is called Free Thought Hour. Jonathan was on it. Yeah, Free Thought Hour on Free Thought channel. Jonathan and I have known each other for 10 years, because we first bumped into each other on a radio show called Premier Christian Radio Show, which hosted by what's his name, Justin Brialy, great guy, and we've kept in touch loosely ever since. And we were pitted against each other back then, and So what I'm going to point you to is some of my Free Thought Hour shows in which people explain how many of them gave up Christianity when they, for the first time, read the Bible to themselves rather than having it spoon-fed priest or pastor. Because it doesn't stand up. If you really do read it,